Hello, my name is Miranda HP.
And I'm Connor Calloway.
And we are the Bountiful Bards.
Please join us in our first ever recorded D&D campaign,
The Fountains of Cathaidra. I'm holding all the books in my hands like...
Why are you emanating magic?
What do you mean?
You have a little something in your pocket there, and then what looks like a water bottle of some sort that's emanating magic.
I don't know. They were gifts.
Who gave them to you?
Gave me which?
Both.
The water bottle? Well, I found that, actually. I just found it.
Where did you find it?
I don't remember.
Has it done anything interesting?
It's just really good water. Pretty cool.
Leah, this is very serious.
Why? I found it.
But it's magic.
You're holding a ghost jar. I think we need to focus on the ghost jar.
This is also magic.
One thing at a time. Yeah?
We have to discuss this, but we'll focus for now, okay?
Yep. Anyway, let's look at that, because that looks like it doesn't belong here, because I would know.
This is from the church.
Somebody put it here.
There are about 24 ghost jars that are currently locked away in our vaults beneath the Grand Cathedral in Etchings.
When I look at it, does it have like language or runes or anything on it?
Roll me an Arcana check.
Because I can comprehend language, so I can see stuff.
If you needed to, yes.
Arcana?
Yeah.
9.
I mean, you see the magical symbols on the outside of it, but you don't really recognize what they say. He goes, he's a little flustered, and his voice has changed a little. We used these back in the day to capture wayward spirits during Voidin, and we've just kept them locked away underneath. I've felt sorry for them, but we could never release them because if they were to escape, we were trying to, as the graveyard clerics, were supposed to try and help them pass on, but we've been unable to find a source for them to pass on. So he very carefully takes it and tucks it into like a satchel on his side.
Before you do that, please.
It's unusable now.
That's not my point. Can you just like put it here? And I like take one of the shelving carts and just kind of like carefully move it in front of him.
Wait. Okay, he sets it down.
Squeak. I take very good care of my equipment.
All right.
So leave alone. And so I'm going to peer down. You can look with me. You're more familiar with these than I am.
All right.
Does this look like, is there dust on it?
Oh yeah, it's a dusty, like brownish piece of pottery that definitely looks old.
Okay, and it's broken, like inside or outside?
It's cracked like an egg, and there's a bunch of pottery pieces inside and the bottom.
Where are these usually kept?
These are usually kept down in the church.
Right, but where?
In the vaults, in our catacombs.
When was the last time you saw these ghost jars?
It was months ago. We keep them locked up. You know, it's like your books here. These are spirits that are needing to find their way home, and the only way a ghost can pass on is usually, from my teachings, is usually when, and you hear a scream somewhere in the distance. He's like, oh my goodness. Okay, it's happening.
Finish the question.
You help them with their regrets, what's holding them tethered here. Something has usually held them here.
So, leave this for now. Leave it for a second while we deal with this. But I think that there is something we need to do because there is something very, very, very big and potentially very, very bad happening here. And only you and I can help this right now.
How can you help?
Because somebody is trying to hurt us.
Us?
Us. They sent you in here. Think about it. Even if they didn't believe this was real, why would they send you? Especially if somebody took one of these dangerous jars from the church and put it in here as a trap. Why would they send you?
Somewhere up above, you hear books fly off a shelf. And you look up and you see the ghost up there wailing, throwing books off and goes, "Where is it? This is hay. This hay hides the needle. Where is it?" And Carmine looks up and goes, "Oh, goodness." And the ghost turns and hears him and looks back down. And I need you, Leah, to roll initiative.
Oh, boy. Not bad.
The ghost rolled a... What'd you roll?
13.
A 13. Ghost rolled a 16. Carmine rolled an 11. Okay, all right. We're getting busy now. The ghost is going to immediately come up and over the railing with a shrieking sound and come flying down towards each of you. Currently, it only has... it can't cover that much distance, unfortunately, when it flies, and it is about a good 10 feet from you as it is swooping in. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw for me.
Okay. And I get how many? Charisma is my spell.
What did you...
Inspiration. I get 4. Okay.
No, wait, you don't even have to roll this. That same horrifying presence just passes over you, and your body withstands it once more.
Hours.
Correct.
Yeah.
Carmine, on the other hand, though, begins to cower away. Definitely, just completely taken aback that not only is, he's experiencing what he's always studied, it is very much real and coming to attack him. After that ghost turn, as it's just kind of flying towards you and it's just done that horrific visage, it is your turn, Leah. What do you want to do?
Okay. I am going to...
And take your time.
Well, I think I'm going to... So he's cowering.
Yes, he's afraid.
Okay, so I'm going to whisper a discordant melody that only one creature of my choice within range can hear, racking it with terrible pain. The target must make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay, so you're doing this on the ghost or Carmine?
The ghost, of course.
I was just making sure.
Yes, let me attack the cleric.
It fails.
Great.
With a 4.
Excellent. So it takes 3d6 psychic damage and must immediately use its reaction, if available, to move as far away.
That's possible?
Yes.
Okay, it is immune to being frightened.
That's okay, but it still takes damage.
All right, how much damage? Go ahead and roll.
3d6.
3d6. Roll me that damage.
That was a terrible 7 damage. You're in timeout.
7 altogether?
Yeah, 7 damage because 3d6. That's all it gets is 3d6, right? Vicious Mock, Dissonant Whispers, 3d6. Yep, that's it. Okay, and that's an action.
Okay, it's your bonus action. What are you going to do?
I am going to inspire Carmine.
All right.
I am going to, because he can add it to his saving throw for his wisdom. So I'm going to say, Carmine, you got this. You got this. You've trained for this. You're smarter than this, and you're capable. Go team!
So as you do so, you hold out your hand, and what do you say to the ghost?
Get thee to a nunnery!
As you say, there's a pulse of energy, and you see the ghost's corporeal form just kind of shatter and then pull itself together as it continues to wail. And as you do that, you go and you inspire Carmine, and you hear the ghost go, "Where? It's got to be here. They're all here, but where is his?" And then just completely just disappears beneath the floor. Carmine hears you and goes, "By the blessing of the angel, protect me from evil and good. Keep my sight pure." And all of a sudden, you just feel his body just grow warm. You feel the heat coming off of him as he radiates golden light for an instant. And then he stands up, and there just is a very faint aura of gold around him. He goes, "Its presence can't affect me anymore. I've protected myself from it. Thank you, Leah."
I knew you had it in you.
The rounds paused. What did it say? What's going on?
Where is his? So there might be another ghost jar.
I don't know.
How about you go over there and look? I'm going to look on this side.
He looks up and all the way around. He goes, "I don't sense any more magic anywhere in here."
So it says, where is his? Where is his? Where is his?
Did it say something about needle?
Yes. Needles, haystack. I thought that was a turn of speech. Do you think there's something to it?
Shoot, there might be. I don't even know.
What do you think? What are you thinking? Walk me through your thoughts here, buddy.
I don't have any thoughts. I don't know.
Let's calm down. Center yourself.
I'm as centered as I can be.
Well, that's good.
Are you hurt? Did it touch you?
No.
Okay. All right. We have to try and help it. Well,
yes.
I have the means to destroy it, but I do not wish to destroy it. Is that okay?
Okay, but what is it looking for?
I don't know. The ghost reappears. It is going to make...
What are you looking for?
It appears right behind you. Is that what you're going to say on your turn?
Yes.
Let it make its turn first.
Okay.
And it is going to do a withering touch on you because you're the one...
I'm going to say, what are you looking for as a cutting words?
To its attack?
Yes.
It's cutting words to the attack as well, right?
Yes.
Okay, what is your AC?
12.
12. All right. So.
And -2.
-2?
Mm-hmm. Because of cutting words, right? You can expend 1 use of bardic inspiration, roll the dice, subtract the number from the creature's
roll.
So
-2.
Yes.
Okay, it is still going to hit.
Great.
But you took away its critical hit because I rolled a natural 20.
Great.
Well, how much health do you have again?
Like none. 28.
Okay.
According to this. Oh yeah, it does reduce damage.
Is it damage or does it cut the attack?
I don't know, because I remember seeing Sam doing it a lot, so I don't know.
Read over it real quick. Take your time.
Well, it says subtract the number from the creature's roll, so I guess it still hits. It doesn't actually reduce the damage from it.
Right, but it still hits. But you pulled it off of being a natural 20, which is amazing because it would be 8d6. I rolled 4d6, and naturally because it's only 2 on 2, I always, for those of you at home, in order for my characters to survive these encounters, I do pull back basically the abilities of the creatures depending on how many people are in. So that is the attack, which is a total of 14 divided by 2. You take 7 points of damage, which out of 28 is still pretty heavy. As she comes up out of the ground, she rakes her fingers through your flesh. You feel it through your fabric, a chill reaching all the way up. You've never felt anything this horrific before. And you see, and you when you look later on, you would see black scarring as it rakes up and out, almost touching your face. As it does that, it's going to say, "Where is it? I'm so sorry I wasn't strong, my love. Where is it?" Carmine's going to go next. No, it's your turn now. What do you do?
Well, be more specific. I'm going to say...
Yeah, take your time.
Well, I mean, that's what I'm going to say, but I'm going to say that as vicious mockery.
As vicious mockery?
Yes.
Okay.
Wisdom saving throw.
Can do. It rolled a 19 this time.
So it saves.
Okay. So half damage or no damage?
I don't think it takes any damage at all, but I still ask the question.
Oh, okay. You ask the question, the ghost doesn't even seem to appear or even recognize that you're there. Carmine's going to hold his symbol and push out. He goes, "Be gone from our sight." And as he does, an arc of light arches from his hand as the ghost is hit with a guiding bolt. It's going to take 4d6 of damage.
Yikes.
Okay. All right. "I wanted to hear it from you. I'm sorry." And then it's going to vanish back beneath the ground. It's like, what is it looking for? What did it look for here?
Well, it's a library, so a book.
A book? It could be a book.
"Needle, haystack, not strong enough. Needed to hear it from you. I'm sorry I wasn't strong enough."
I have no idea.
Me neither. Let's look at the books that this was behind.
Okay.
Spread the books out. Any of these titles seem adjacent. What are the titles?
Okay. I can't go over 100 different made-up titles.
Okay. Which Dewey Decimal classification are we under here? Are we under...
There's no Dewey Decimal System. What are you talking about?
Carmine classification system. I don't know. Okay. Are we in histories? Are we in human health? Pet care? Aquatics?
Roll me a investigation check then. Try and just, with advantage because you're in your home field territory. A library.
23.
You know every book in here.
Darn tootin'.
You know where everything is.
Yep.
You have no idea if she is looking for her book or anything like that. You have no idea what kind of book. So that's maybe something you got to try and get out of the individual next time that they appear, probably. Which they do so. And this time, as they appear, they're going to try and attack Carmine.
What sections, when this is over, like what book sections were attacked? Because there are different sections. Like they're classified
all over. Just, you saw her up there on the second floor.
No, I know, but I mean like where the jars were physically hidden.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so, because Theo took damage at...
Roll me a insight check. And
one specific book collection. So I wanted to see, like, because I know what section that is. 12.
You would ascertain that Theo was hiding, or the possessed was hiding the ghost jar as if to contain it there, and began to start like pulling off books and looking and tossing them on the ground and looking and tossing on the ground, not finding what they seek.
Right. That's why I was asking what topics were in those sections.
That was
very different sections.
That was all instructional stuff, just, account records and stuff like that. You would ascertain as a librarian with somebody who has come to your library, they may need help finding this book, and it could be anywhere in here.
Okay. Well, that's fine, but I just meant like what sections were damaged. So go ahead and murder poor Carmine.
Well, she misses as she once more comes through the floor and tries to basically embrace Carmine in a hug. But he kind of stumbles away from him and is now currently right there, and she has missed her turn. It's your turn again. What would you like to do?
Same thing. Going to use Vicious Mockery to ask the question. Well, maybe I shouldn't use Vicious Mockery if it didn't work last time.
Okay, then ask your question as a bonus action.
What book are you looking for? Let us help you.
Carmine echoes that and he goes, we can help. We need more.
He is saying that you need to let us help you. He's telling us that you need to let us help you.
Zeke? Where is Zeke's words? They're worthy of this place. Where are they? And then she's going to once more vanish back into the floor.
So, books by somebody named Zeke or about Zeke?
Possibly. Roll me a history check.
Zeke. Sounds like his books are good enough to be here. So, sounds like somebody who wrote something. Wow.
With advantage, dear.
Okay, cool.
Because you're in the library.
Thank goodness.
Sorry.
16.
Zeke. The name Zeke. Cardian. Cameroon Zeke. Zekel is another author that you know about as it's coming through your head. Carmine is going to tell you the ghost is from here. The jars are from this location. And then you what did you roll again?
16.
A 16? Yeah, it was a 15. And then you immediately think Bacton. Zeke Bacton, which one of the districts is named after in etchings. You're not exactly sure why, but that's what the name that rings a bell.
Okay, and do I know where his books would be?
It is on the 3rd floor.
Okay, 3rd floor.
So we have to go?
Yeah, let's go.
All right, go. And begins to run. While you're running, the ghost is once more going to reappear and try to rake its claws across you. Where is it? Where is it?
I guess I'll use another...
Cutting words?
Yeah.
How many do you have? I think it's one per each of your charisma modifier.
Yeah, 4. I've used 1. So.
All right, so I rolled an 18. Roll a d6. And choose wisely.
4. 14.
Does 14 hit?
Yeah.
Ooh. All right, as it grazes across your skin as you both start to run up the stairs. You take 4 points of damage as it rakes across your calf. Carmine turns back and sees that happens. He says, by the grace of the angel, I will cure thee. Be healed. And places his hand on your shoulder, and he is going to cast Cure Wounds on you. As I'm starting to run out of abilities here, you're going to take 1d8 of healing.
What?
I got you. Don't worry.
Because mine's 1d4.
You will take 8 points of healing as you feel the radiant energy just pass through and over your body, and where that sickening knife-deep cold was is completely gone.
Okay, cool.
You make it up to the 2nd floor.
Thanks, buddy.
Oh, anytime. You make it up to the 2nd floor. The ghost is going to reappear and try to this time attack Carmine. And it's going to hit as it goes for another swipe as well. Actually, well, no, it wouldn't be able to possess Carmine.
I was gonna say I don't think so.
That is 11 points of damage divided by 2. So Carmine is going to take 7 points of damage. Goodness gracious. Okay. All right. Next up is going to be, as you're starting, this time you're finally circling up the stairs, up one path, down another, and you're finally on the 3rd floor. It's at the top of the round again. The ghost is going to come back, and this time it is going to try and possess you. I need you to make a charisma saving throw. As it comes up and you stop, and then it's going to go and wrap its body around you and embrace you in a hug.
From a 2 to a natural 20.
Oh, and you feel its presence combined with yours, and all of a sudden you know this ghost's name. The name of the ghost is Marlene. And they're trying to basically compress your essence of who you are and take over your body. But as you just shove the ghost back out, and she goes flying back, wailing, and just kind of departs, flying back through this now platform that you're standing on, that the books are on, and through the one on the bottom. And more books are going flying as she does so.
This bitch. It's going to be so much to clean up afterwards.
You know exactly where it is.
Oh, yeah.
And you keep running.
Yeah, and I'm going to take my lute out while we're running, or my lyre.
Okay.
My lyre.
Carmine's like, what are you doing?
Let's go.
As you turn the corner, you were at the bookshelves. He goes, what book are we looking for? And the book you're looking for is called I Sought Truth Over Happiness.
I sought truth over happiness.
Okay,
and it's right here.
All right. So you go to grab it, and the ghost is returned for one final barrage, and hopefully.
But because I'm pointing to it, and then I'm going to play an E flat major chord. I don't know if that's possible on a lyre, but we'll pretend it is. Marlene.
What are you trying to do?
Calm her down, just because I know her name.
Performance check.
And Zeke wouldn't want you to do this, darling. Another natural 20.
As you're doing that, she halts just for a moment. Wonderfully done, Miranda. As Zeke goes, it's right here. It's right here. Zeke's book. She stops. He made a book?
He did.
She vanishes. Just fades away.
Give me the book. Give me the book. Give me the book. Give me the book.
He hands you the book.
I'm going to flip through it to the about the author. Or basically just take a look at this book. What is this about?
Carmine rolled a natural 20 on a history check.
Cool.
He goes, Zeke Backton. He has a district named after here. And actually, the Backton district is where the tavern is that you go to play.
Okay.
He was a proponent against the church. He wrote out against them. Pamphlets, constantly fighting against basically their control when the city was first found. He was in prison for 5 years in the church until after the judicial branch spoke out for him and basically declared there would be an uprising if the church didn't relinquish some of its power because they were beginning to oppress people. This was hundreds of years ago. And then when Zeke was freed, he wrote that book apparently. And I've never read it, but apparently he lost a loved one. I can't remember.
I'm going to basically scan down the table of contents.
Yeah.
Does it say anything about maybe she's the one who gave him up?
Well, at the very beginning, you see to Marlene, for the times we didn't have, here's our story. If it was ended the right way. It's still here. She's still here. I can feel it.
So, I'm looking through it is there a chapter that talks about what happened to him? Is there an overview?
It's a work of fiction. Carmine walks over to the balcony, the beautiful golden topped wooden stave balcony and looks over the side and goes, she's down there by the fire.
Well, let's go talk to her.
You go talk to her?
With the book.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I'm flipping through, like, basically, like, you know how I can, like, turn a book and just kind of, like, scan through and catch words?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm doing, is I'm looking for, because I'm pretty sure if it's a work of fiction, so it would have outlined the characters' names pretty quickly. So I'm hoping I can find whoever the female character is in here who's supposed to be her.
Right.
So I'm looking for that name.
And you find 2 characters in this book as you try and speed read it. Give me an intelligence check.
Do I just add my intelligence modifier?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. 13.
You see the name Pride. You see the name Humility.
Mm-hmm.
When you get down, the fire is rekindled, and you feel the warmth, the cold just kind of recede. And she turns and says, "Is that Zeke's book?"
It is.
I died before I could read it. Will you read it to me?
Certainly.
She vanishes, and a few seconds later she appears sitting in one of the comfy chairs over by the fire.
Carmine, do me a favor, turn the pages for me. And I'm going to just accompany my reading.
She goes, you can sit down.
I will, but I'm just going to, like, accompany it with a little bit of playing.
Okay.
Just kind of to, like, you know how, like, sometimes when you read and things kind of go sing-songy just a little bit, sort of turn it into a ballad, almost.
So I have here the description of the story. Would you like to read it, or do you want me to read you a story?
I'll read it.
Okay. Give me 1 second.
It's too bad I don't have my jingy-jing here.
Now here's the story within, which, of course, Leah, you've never read before, and Miranda's never read before, so go ahead.
2 lovers meet as youths and promise their old age. Dreams of finding their graves together at the end of memories adorned with wild grasses, revealed by the warm sun, and private rooms hidden by the cold moon. Yet these things lay unforeseen, for the unwelcomed had their say. It is a story told 1,000 times, yet happened only once to those it mattered to. One lover, called Pride, spent his idle time, when the other, Humility, was away, fixating his thoughts on the ways the world was and how he thought it should be, while Humility concerned herself with how what was will always be, and how she could find happiness despite the way things seemed. A 3rd character enters now, one with the other 2 in mind. Fate, it seemed, had a role that neither could surmise. You see, Pride and Humility were walled from each other. One served the faith and the second disbelieved. As such, these 2 could never mix. That was the way it had to be. Pride wrote words meant to tear down walls. Humility sang songs meant to lift those that fall. Faith read Pride's words and reached to strike them down. Humility stood in between and took the blow of the crown. The remaining 2 blamed one another, neither focused on the stricken, and Humility fell ill, which caused Faith and Pride's hatred to thicken. Pride wrote words, and Faith brought him chains. Humility wished only for the 2 to get along, and felt herself to blame. With Pride locked away, Faith could finally help Humility to heal, but hubris was the mortal blow, and finished off the kill. Pride found rage while Faith met sorrow. The remaining 2 saw vengeance as their only option, but a 4th character, Law, intervened, and told the 2 that if neither could drop their qualms, then it's the 2 of them that will die. Humility was all they had, and neglection was the crime. They shared the pain, and would bring the same to others should they not make amends. How many more had to die to answer for these sins? Silently, Faith and Pride knew that Law, of course, was right, and they wept together without a moon. Law watched them silently, awaiting what they would do, and he saw that both Pride and Faith began to focus on the truth. They made the world a better place instead of fighting one another. They fed the poor and clothed the naked. The darkness came, and the light was their making. Once Law was satisfied the 2 had found their way, he brought forth Humility to her home, where she did stay. He told the two he came in the night when his niece told him her grief, and devised a plan that only law could fief. 'Twas he who brought the news that humility had died, and 'twas him who showed the two the faults of either side. He said, I taught this lesson, and I teach it still. Neither of you cared how the way humility would feel. Now here is your second chance, there will not be another. Faith, pride, you two remain just as brothers. For my niece shall have her choice, and the two of you will bear it, lest I return in the night and pull your souls to tear it. In happiness and balance the three of them lived on, at least that is what is said deep within the song. The two were married, both pride and humility, and they did so before faith, for whom they pledged no fealty. They found their graves together at the end of the dream, both with smiles and hand in hand, while the sun agleamed.
So naturally, the story takes a lot longer than that. That was the summary of the tale. As you spend the next 4 or 5 hours reading this small little book to Marlene, and she listens quietly, asks no questions, smiles at the fire as it's slowly dying. That wasn't the end of our story. But I'm glad he wrote one the way that we wanted. Carmine goes, they named a district after him. Because though he opposed the church, he did a lot of good. And because of him, the church realized the burden it was becoming and the amount of control that it had, and saw that it was wrong. And that's one of the reasons why we have the anointed lords now to oversee the judicial abilities in our city, in our world, in our country. Zeke brought that forth for all of us so that we could have representation if ever the church had to come for us. I know where he is currently buried, and I will put your remains there. Marlene looks to both of you and thanks you both and fades away, leaving behind dust and ash.
Sweep them up very carefully.
Yeah, I'll take care of them. It was a beautiful thing you did, Leah. It was beautiful magic you did. Bard.
Cleric.
Not as bad as they tell.
Well, it certainly wasn't trying to be.
No.
And you know I didn't choose this, right? You chose to go to the church. I didn't choose.
I chose at a very young age. Maybe I didn't know what choice was at the time.
I never had a choice. This was always in me.
I'm supposed to report you. I'm assuming Jimothy is the same way?
Yes. And I think you are too. The only difference is you are sanctified by the church. Although I could have sworn at one point I bumped into something that felt a lot like you but was unseen.
Oh. My race has the ability to turn invisible on a whim. It's just how we're born.
Oh, and this is just how I was born.
The church has coded it as safe.
Isn't that convenient?
No.
No? No?
It's not.
They didn't give that to you.
I'm aware.
You showed up that way.
Ease the venom.
There's no venom. I'm simply pointing something out. And there's, like I said, a larger point we need to pay attention to here. Somebody put that in here on purpose. So I think the best thing you can do, if you want to get to the bottom of this, which I assume you do, because if they didn't hurt you, they were going to hurt, certainly me, and they were going to hurt Thiel. Might have killed her, had I not been there. And they might have been aiming for me all along.
And what makes you say that?
Well, there have been incidents. And while I am very careful, you must know by now subtlety is not my strong suit. The best thing you can do right now is not tell of this jar specifically. Because what I think you need to do, and I can help you if you want me to, is you need to find a time when you're alone and nobody's around and go back to those catacombs where you said these are kept and see which one is missing and if there are others that are missing. Because you said you haven't looked in a while, right?
I'm going to do all that when I return.
But you can't tell anybody because you don't know who did it.
I will report what I found because I am a bystander to whoever is doing. I was supposed to find this, and if I go back without it, it'll be suspicious. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm about to cast a spell. And I would like for you, excuse me, that's the DM slipping. I'm about to perform a prayer, a miracle. And I would like for you to accept it. I would like to ask you 3 questions.
No, he's doing the zone of truth, isn't he?
You don't know that, Leah.
No, I know Leah doesn't.
Do you trust me enough to do this?
All right.
By the grace of the angel, we within here speak no all but the truth.
No, only the truth.
Only the truth. And a golden or a dome appears around both of you before it shimmers away. Do you willingly fail the save?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely. I am very good at telling the truth.
Have you ever used your magic for evil?
No.
Have you ever used your magic in a selfish form?
Maybe. Sometimes I don't feel like getting up. You know, if my trousers are all the way across the room and I don't really want to get up because it's cold, does that count? You know, minor stuff. Nothing crazy.
His very serious face as his final question, he goes, do you have any plans to bring any harm to the faith?
No.
He waves his hand and you feel the spell end. I will keep your secret. For I too have always had suspicions. But the seers are ruthless. And if and when they catch wind of you here, they will come. Fire and brimstone, they'll burn this entire school down.
Tell me about the seers.
They're the inquisitions of the church. They are given the miracles to bring harm and interrogation to those that need it. They are not a branch of the lance. I've only ever met one. He was horrifying.
What was his name?
They don't have names.
What did he look like?
I don't know what he looks like. Their hoods are too deep and they wear a bronze mask with the hallowed hexagon on the forehead. They keep their identities hidden because they dabble in secrecy, because that is how they find those who act in secret, is to be among them. I'm going to head home now. I'm going to take her remains and I'm going to, in the morning, bury her with Zeke. And I will keep my secret. And I hope to see you and Jimothy again.
We hope so too. We really liked meeting you.
And I enjoyed meeting both of you. I don't have many friends where I work. I'm going to listen. And I'm going to see if I can start convincing some others in the cloths to give up this archaic understanding. Just like we did with Zeke. Because I believe you. Because of my race of people and our ability to turn invisible is magic. Why is it okay when others are not? But I'm sure there's also other evil people out there using magic. I'm sure there's evil people within my church.
Yeah, these inquisitors don't seem particularly good. Doesn't matter.
I don't know what they're doing.
How they do the harm, it matters what they do.
And they could be harming someone who's done evil. It's very complex.
If they came after me and harmed me and I've done no evil, as you've discovered, who's doing evil?
He stands up. We can talk about theology all day.
Oh, please, no. Not enough bread and cheese for that.
I think I'd like to get some bread and cheese. I'll see you come green tide. Maybe we can go and get some food together.
Certainly. I'll wait till after you've left and go out a
Oh,
different way.
yes, please. Can you do anything that can help you?
I think so.
All right. He does a curt bow. He goes, I will bless Thea with healing before I leave again.
I appreciate that. She did nothing but help me and teach me the ways of the library.
And it is for the best.
And it's not her fault. Please try to keep me appraised of what you find, because I think that there may be a target on me.
He says, after waving his hand, absolutely. And you hear in your head, absolutely. And he hears back, ha ha ha. Good morning, Leah. And he very carefully pulls a little white satchel out of his bag. A little white cloth leather satchel, a white leather satchel, and very carefully places her remains inside. Make sure it's completely clean, takes out a nice cloth to do the same.
It's like I can help him.
No, he doesn't. He waves and says he has it as he's mumbling to himself, and you catch wisps of the angel. Ties the bag, nods to you, and exits through the door.
I hand him the ghost jar that he forgot. Because it's on the...
He grabs the ghost jar from you and then heads through the door.
And I'm taking a very mental note of what the ghost jars physically look like, as if they were assembled.
All right.
So, like, the ghost jars would have contained her ashes?
Correct. They would have contained the essence of the ghost.
Oh, but not her ashes.
Their ashes were in there, but then they were with her while she was flying around.
So did he put the ashes
back in the ghost jar? No, they're in a little bag.
Well, the
jar's broken. He's gonna go.
I can fix the jar. Do you want me to fix the jar?
If you hand it to, all right. So you hand it to him fixed.
Yeah, that was basically.
The mending prayer or spell. I'll see you when things get warmer.
Good luck.
Good morning.
Good morning.
And he turns and
he goes out the front. I'm going, basically follow him out there and then go to the servant landing.
We are going to come to the end of the episode there. Did you have fun?
Oh, yeah.
Did you enjoy it?
Yep.
Good.
Planting a seed of doubt into a clergyman. Yes.
Something tells me you may have quite the dream tonight as you move on to your next level.
Yes.
Welcome to level 5, Leah.
Woo! Finally. I had a 1d4 to stuff.
Thank you for joining us, everyone. We'll see you next time. Thank you for listening. Please leave a review anywhere you found us. You can reach out to us on Twitter at Bountiful Bards. We hope to see you again on the civilized road.
And bring bread and cheese.
As the story goes, until then.